Good afternoon, Fresh Baked, and welcome back for another update on construction progress going on around the Disneyland Resort. And we're starting again with the Matterhorn, and that is the backside of the construction progress going on around the Matterhorn queue. And we'll flip that sucker right around. I hope you guys notice there was trees. Here's the front side, and I'm filming this. I'm starting early to show you everything that you're seeing right now on camera is unused. I'm going to pause here. This is the area that we've been talking about, or at least partially about what we've been talking about in terms of expansion for Fantasyland. When we talk about the north end of Autopia, or that part of the property, this is one of the areas that are primed for expansion, because none of this area is being used, or virtually none of it. Some of the area is being occupied by Autopia, but otherwise it's just vacant. There's just trees but trees and tracks, people mover tracks and monorail tracks. And those are the tracks that we're talking about possibly being removed for the future Fantasyland expansion whenever that happens. And in this place where you're looking now would eventually be something like Arendelle, or a Be Our Guest style restaurant for Beauty and the Beast, or possibly both. We're not sure. It's that these are just, what do you want to call it? Speculation, rumors that we've heard. But I don't know. For example, Arendelle. I mean, is there legs to the Arendelle hype? Has that died down a little bit? Are people still demanding more Frozen in the parks, or do we just need more Fantasyland? I'm more inclined to think the latter. But if they're going to do it, they're probably going to choose something that has a lot of cachet. It still does in that sense. It is Frozen. So that's why we're stopping here, and why we think that all this is connected, because it's not very far. It's so close to, the other areas that are being worked on. Right below us is the motorboat cruise docks, and here we are at the Matterhorn, and we'll stop again to show you that our previous vigor and excitement over some possibilities of monorail tracks coming through here were obviously unfounded. But yeah, it turns out they are, in fact, just planters, and they've already put in a few trees in those planters, which, by the way, thank you very much. Thank you very, 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 very much. I do love me some trees, especially, in areas like this, and, where we get nervous and scared about them, paving everything. So this should be a welcome addition. Even though I was, excited for a monorail track there because of the possibilities that would mean in other ways, in other areas, I am grateful that they're not monorail tracks today and that they are trees. But other than that, there's not much to report, so we'll move on for a second and to pause again. And you can see there's another one. There's another one of those planter footings, or whatever you want to call it, where they're going to put in another, well, that tree probably right there is probably going to go in that planter box. Very curious to see how this looks next week, because I feel like the Matterhorn is supposed to open in about a month. November 16th is the date I'm hearing, I think, or was it the November 6th? One of those two. So we're only going to get 3 or 4 more looks at this before we get a finished product. So we should be able to see more advancement, more changes each week we go, and we'll continue.
Those are some big plants. Those were the biggest planters I've ever
Brand
seen.
new roof, and again, there's a lot of scaffolding going on still around the Matterhorn, and we saw some on the front side too. So they are doing cosmetic work around the mountain. All right, so there is a scrim around one of the lakes for the entrance to Frontierland, and while we still can't see anything through it with the lens, I did look through, and with my eyeballs we can see that they have been, they're digging it out still. It does look like they're making it, I don't know, I thought maybe they were making it deeper, but that doesn't, I'm not sure why. But there's not much progress otherwise through there. Oh yeah, so Jedi Training Academy, if you haven't heard, has been, they're closing it. They're going to cancel or stop this show, presumably because, Galaxy's Edge, etc. They're going to put a new show in, I'm sure. at Galaxy's Edge. So this show has been ended. I don't know what the date is, but it's soon. It's like we're a month away from this being closed as well. And I'm curious to see if, again, what is, does that have any sort of connection to what they're planning to do with Tomorrowland? Are they closing it because of Galaxy's Edge? Because that's still a year away. So they don't have to close it right now, right? They don't have to. It's not time sensitive in that sense. So maybe they have other, maybe they need to start, gosh, maybe they need to start on some sort of other, behind the scenes demo work or, reconfiguration of this area for a future Tomorrowland. Just saying, guys, a lot of things getting connected in Tomorrowland these days. And they've also cut back on the canoes. All that's left is that one oar. I'm just kidding. Fresh baked. I'm just kidding. The canoes are still here. I just saw that floating oar and I thought it was like kind of sad looking and worthy of a joke. They have not cut back on the canoes. Let's go to DCA. We're on the Pixar Pal Around, and here's a look at the current condition for the future Emotional Whirlwind attraction, aka Flix Flyers, aka Mood Swings. But it's kind of about where we were before. They've just basically dug up all the concrete. They've demoed the concrete. And they're getting ready to, repaint it, I guess. And here's another look, our next look at Marvel Land. And we're pushing in a little bit into the area of the Bugs Land that we can see where they've done some demo. And it's still just dirt. They haven't done a lot. They have not done a lot anywhere. They should be taking those walls down soon. That fake Bugs Land background. They should be taking those down soon, I would think. So we'll just kind of scan the horizon here and see what we can see. A lot of trees, man. All those trees, well, not all of them. A lot of those trees are going to be gone soon for Marvel Land, so they can build it. You can see the tops of those 4-leaf clovers right there, and the buggies, or not the buggies, the tuck and roll building.
Okay, we're rocking.
Yeah, not much to see. You can see a lot of construction equipment there in the foreground, which I'm gonna zoom in here in a second. That's a giant, oh, that's just like a dumpster, isn't it? That's just a dumpster. They gotta dump all those bugs in there. Does it look like, you know what, let's hold on a second here. Does it look like to you that they've shored up something there? What are we looking at here? Is that that's the entrance to Tough to Be a Bug, right? That looks, I'm going to have to compare that to the last one. Yeah, no, if anything, I think it's pretty much just as it was. They haven't shored up or taken out anything there. They have not changed that dirt at all since 3 weeks ago. Come on, guys. Build this Marvel Land already. Let's continue. There's those 4-leaf clovers again. Oh, and I've lost the script. Let's come back. There they are. There's some 4-leaf clovers. And now I'm bonkers. Let's get out of here. While we were on the pal around, I took a shot of the World of Color stage that is still under repair. Folks still ask occasionally, what's happening with World of Color? Nothing is happening with World of Color for the very near future. Don't expect anything this year. It may be a while still before we see World of Color again. And here's a look at the carousel, which I guess they've just basically repainted the shell, but nothing else to report on there. Of course, that's the same as it was last week. And by the way, also, for those of you interested, that whole hotel development thing, there was another parking lot plan, and that's the lot for that parking lot they were planning to build right there. This is fun. The Deluxe A Lamp is still not here, and we finally saw a permit filed for its installation. So I don't know if you're aware, but there's supposed to be a Deluxe A Lamp hanging right on top of that pier sign, the Pixar pier sign. It looks like we may finally be getting that soon, hopefully. There's been some bartering, I guess, back and forth between Disney and the Luxor or Luxo company. For those who don't know, Luxo lamp is a real thing. And there's been some debate about, Disney's usage of a Luxo lamp in the parks and in as a product. So there's that. Lamplight Lounge sign, by the way, still has no neon. But they did finally install signs for the fast passes for Midway Mania and Incredicoaster, which is great. Previously, those were just just kind of portable signs, temporary signs that weren't very attractive, to say the least. Nor was the signage for the actual fast pass machines. So there's that. Heading over to downtown Disney, and that is the former entrance of World of Disney, and now it looks like this. What do you think? There are some who say that it doesn't look good. They want it themed, and they like theming. Ian's one. And some astute observers have pointed out that, as a matter of fact, that it is themed. It is themed to the old Wonderful World of Disney TV show. Non-themer likers, it's better than this, if you ask me. Some people like it. And by the way, that used to have a whole bunch of weird looking, or not weird, but, other characters all around it. But I did not like that sign at all. I much prefer this. It is more classic Disney. If anything, if you want to, fans of Disney as a brand should like the new sign more than this one, because that is not a very Disney looking sign, if you ask me. It's a try hard, in my opinion. It's a try hard. This is classic vintage Disney. Yay. Moving on, Salt and Straw has come out from behind some of its construction walls. Isn't that great? That looks cool. That's a nice sign and stuff out front. I was going to go in there and look, but then I found a whole bunch of people inside, and I didn't want to bother them. This is Napolini, and what you're hearing is people banging the heck out of the concrete in there. They're still trying to rebuild Napolini. Nothing happening there, or not much. I previously reported that I thought they were going to enclose the upper deck, but they didn't, because there's an open deck seating for the remodeled Naples. But Ian pointed out that those two sections on the right were also open air. I thought the whole thing was open, I guess. So now, while there is still, the left third is still open, the other two areas were enclosed. And I don't have any footage to back that up, so I'm not sure. I wonder if I've got... Yeah, here's a photo. It's not a very good one, but it's a photo nonetheless that does show that those middle and right sections of that three-section area were, in fact, outdoor seating. So they did enclose parts of it. Here's Wetzel's Pretzels, just like Napolini. Not a lot happening here, but the demo on this one is still pretty fresh. And then finally, here's our current look at the Ballast Point remodel upstairs. Not much to report on here as well. And there you go, Fresh Baked. That's it for this week. Stay tuned for more. Stay tuned for more from the Knothole Gang coming tomorrow. And thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you next week with more construction updates from Fresh Baked. Bye, guys. We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out some of our other videos and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time. Fresh Baked!